Private support on campus includes the Deputy Title IX Coordinator, Dr. Dawn Souflaris, located in Union 123, members of Residence Life and Community Development, including the Director of Student Conduct, located in Union 303, Public Safety, located in Good Shepherd Hall, and you. Remember, even though you're required by law to file an official Title IX report when you learn of sexual misconduct, you can still be a good source of support for students. It can be difficult to conceptualize having this type of conversation with a student. Here are some pointers. Assess the current environment. Is this the right place or time to have a conversation? Maybe it's the middle of class. Maybe there are other students around. Perhaps think about a time or place where a conversation can be a bit more private so the student will be more comfortable. Assess how the student is doing emotionally. Is this the right time for the student to open up and discuss what's really going on? It's important for you to also try to focus emotionally. Are you comfortable having conversations like this? What might inhibit you from currently having a really healthy conversation with a student? Perhaps you don't know the student very well. Perhaps you know the student too well. When in conversation, make sure that you use I statements when you share your thoughts. I'm concerned about this. I have noticed this. Use of language is very important. Do not be afraid to be direct, but use what style works best for you. In addition to thinking about what you say, it's also imperative to think about how you listen. Listen actively. Let the student know that you are paying attention to what they're saying. Be prepared for what the student may share, and know that it might not be the most pleasant thing. Understand also that it may be difficult for the student to hear what you are saying, particularly if you have to tell them that you will need to disclose what they have told you in an official report. Remember that silence during a conversation is okay. Sometimes a student needs to collect their thoughts, process what they've heard, process what they've shared, and think about what they want to happen next. Working to find a solution. Sometimes there is not an immediate answer about getting a student on a path of healing. Other times there is a very clear path to take. You know what your role is as a responsible employee, but a student might feel very confused about what happens next for them, and it might take them time to come to their own conclusions about next steps. Remember, you still have a job to do. Try to leave the door open for further conversation. While a student might be upset with you because you need to make this official report, let that person know that you are open to continuing to talk and you want to continue developing a relationship. Feel free to follow up with that student early and often. Just remember to do so appropriately. For you, how to be a good source of support. Remember to be honest and direct. You can still do those things with compassion. Make sure to take care of yourself. Know what your limits are. If talking about sexual misconduct with a student is not an area of comfort for you, remember that there are resources on campus that you can refer students to immediately. Don't get in too deep. And make sure that you have someone to lean on, whether that's a resource here on campus, the Deputy Title IX Coordinator, or the Title IX Advocate Educator, or someone outside of the university community. Making sure that you have someone to process with is very important. Know that you will not be able to immediately fix the problem, but that by being there as a source of support, the student will heal. Knowing that that person is in a community that is safe and welcoming will immediately help the healing process. A final piece of advice: embrace the discomfort. These are not easy conversations for our students or us, and that is okay. But as LaSallians, we must make sure that we are present to walk along journeys with students.